think racial discrimination has succeeded in voicing itself outwardly, then allow me to open your eyes to the hidden concern of the oppression of darker-skinned Asians. Hello and greetings, my name is Sabrina Maruf, and here's a little narrative about me. I was adopted and raised in a loving family of 4 here in Malaysia. My father has Chinese ancestry, my mother is pure Malay, and they both have fair skin. Growing up, I was always asked about my skin tone. Why is your skin so dark? Why are your parents fairer? Perhaps your birth parents are Indians or Africans. Back then, I was young and naive that I took those questions as an insult to myself, for it was hard to blend in with the people. The media taught me about Eurocentric beauty standards at a very young age, and I didn't think of myself or people with dark skin is as attractive for a long time. Having darker skin, even within a community, made me feel even more like an outsider, and like I didn't belong there. I recall how dark-skinned students like myself were ignored in school. It made me feel like I didn't exist, so I didn't want to share my ideas with the world. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the result of heavily exposed and influence of whitening products in Asian countries. This discrimination against skin tone over your own people, or what is globally known as colorism, is a meaningful subject that needs to be put in the limelight. This is the 21st century. Should there still be such an ethos over skin tone hierarchy? Will it be impractical to change this long-standing stigma? Colorism, the idea that people with lighter skin deserve more respect and special treatment than those with darker skin, is at the root of the social pressure to get fair skin. This prejudice goes back a long way, at least to when the British ruled Asian countries like Malaysia, India, and Maldives. The idea that lighter-skinned people were the superior tier was firmly established. Whitening products like Fair and Lovely, Pond's, and Nivea are not alien to Asian women. We were taught to bleach our skin to fit in with other people. A lighter skin will take you to success, saving you from poverty, heavy labor, and discrimination, they said. Social marginalization and systemic oppression of people with darker skin tones are real. Most South Asian women have learned to shrug off remarks about their skin color as an inevitable byproduct of our region's high melanin content. I am familiar with this because I am a woman of color who is Malaysian and was raised in this environment. Not until I was in my 20s did I really comprehend the extent to which colorist notions are institutionalized in our society and how harmful they may be. Still today, in some South Asian communities, colorism is used as a form of discrimination. Those in the lower caste who did manual labor outside tended to have deeper voice than those in the higher caste who were more likely to be white-collar workers. As a result, a lighter complexion became more culturally valued than darker skin. Even though most modern countries have done away with their caste system, the idea that lighter skin is better has stuck around. Colorism is toxic because it promotes insecurity, while racism has long been a problem in the West and influences the Asian continents. People who have been mistreated because of their skin color shouldn't start to blame themselves for having a darker skin tone. As was already said, people with darker skin tones face more discrimination in the workplace because colorist attitudes are so common. Ultimately, it is important to remember that no skin tone is inherently more desirable than any other. Colorism is a form of prejudice, although many Asians I know choose to ignore it. This cannot continue and must be changed immediately. To combat colorism, you must embrace your dark skin and that of those around you. Most South Asian women have learned to brush off comments about their skin color. This is because our region has a lot of melanin, which makes our skin darker. You may be surprised to learn that melanin protects you from deadly disease like skin cancer. On top of that, darker skinned people often feel inferior or are mocked because of their looks. However, your darker skin tone does not make you less worthy of love and affection. Loving your dark skin requires confidence, skincare, and colorism management. Just like they adore fair skin, we need to start accepting that there are people with melanated skin. Can you imagine what will happen to the world when we take out this fixed sentiment that has been put by the colonizers? Without categorizing people, we will have a much more peaceful, diverse, joyful, and serene society. We will revive as a more robust and cohesive community. Furthermore, getting rid of these classes and vicious demeanors will let these people show and communicate their true abilities without worrying about being rejected, looked down on, or judged. The world can finally create limitless opportunities for equal access to jobs, hobbies, and places to improve their skills where they belong. We never knew what people were hiding behind the scenes about their true abilities and talents. So now is the time to find out. It seems impossible to change an old historical belief, but it can be done. As Eric Thomas once said, to be successful, you only need one person to believe. So be that person and learn as much as you can about the subject. Comments like, oh, you're too white, too yellow, or too dark, or you look beautiful with lighter skin are all vexing comments. So no, let's put an end to this ridiculous back and forth. Those of you who have dark skin, please remember to adopt a positive and affirming approach toward yourself. If you encounter somebody being discriminated against because of the color of their skin, it is your role to speak up and make them aware of the impact their words have on the lives and future of others. You can contribute to fixing the problem if you educate yourself about it first. A simple but vital way to stop colorism is to accept and value each person's individuality. Every person, regardless of race or skin color, is unique and deserves equal human rights, which include respect and being somewhat accepted in the community. Apart from that, we should educate our youth on the absurd skin tone hierarchy that has been bisected humanity. With this, we can ensure a more blissful future for them. Instead of favoring any one shade or acting as though they are all the same, parents of all races should instill in their kids a sense of value and appreciation for the grand spectrum of human skin tones from an early age. Last from me, let's put a stop to skin bleaching. Boycott all the brands that promote lighter is better ideal. It is acceptable to brighten your dull skin, but changing its color to different races results in societal oppression. That's it from my end. Thank you for your undeniable attention. And remember, the first step to change is awareness. So take that step and usher in contribute to the fight against colorism.